Hello, Mr. Smith. How are you, Mr. Smith?
Good, thank you.
Good. Please, stay where you are. All right, I want you on your feet throughout the entire interview. Sit on one of those chairs, it's game over. Understand? Good. Please have a seat. Mr. Smith, you look ridiculous standing there like that. Sit down. Mr. Smith, I thought I told you to stay on your feet.
Yes, but you meant that figuratively. And when you specified not to sit down, you said don't sit down on either of those chairs. You didn't say anything about this chair.
Well. That's absolutely right, Mr. Smith. That was a test, and you passed. We like to get the little brain teasers out the way early here first at Cutting Edge United Network Technology Software Solutions Incorporated. I'm impressed. Almost as impressive is your resume here. I mean, it looks great. I like the font, but I noticed there's a huge gap here. Do you mind explaining that?
Not at all. My mother got sick. I had to take a few months off to take care of her.
Oh no, is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She just has herpes. Not that kind of herpes.
Okay. You know, my mom had herpes too, so I know how tough that can be. But anyways, why don't you just go ahead and give me a greatest hits here of your resume, because I'll be honest, I didn't read it. I mean, we get about 100 of these every day, and I only got so many minutes in my life. So if you could just tell me a little bit more about who you are, what you're about, and what you're about.
Well, I'm a recent graduate from the University of Harvard at Stanford, where I graduated magna cum laude with a degree in art history. I recently worked for a healthcare consulting firm as a overhead value analyst for a couple of years. Unfortunately, that company went under due to a data breach that we never really recovered from. And that's kind of why I wanted to work here, because I know you guys work in cybersecurity, and I wanted to help other companies utilize that.
Wow, we love that. We love that about you. So can you tell me a little bit more about what you did in your previous role?
Mostly auditing, data entry, filed reports, trained new hires, conducted various team meetings, cured every form of cancer known to man, single-handedly solved world hunger, occasionally lifted some heavy boxes, but it was mostly the cancer.
Interesting. And it says here that you have some project management experience. You even got your PIMP, which is great. We love that. We love that about you. But I'm curious, how often would you talk to clients in your previous role? How client-facing was it exactly?
With external clients, not so much, but with internal stakeholders all the time.
Mr. Smith, we're looking for someone with serious, hardcore client-facing experience.
Well, that's actually why I wanted to work here. I wanted to do something a little more different and challenging.
Oh, is that right? Well, what happens if this job turns out to be a little too different and challenging for you? I'll tell you. Me, I'm toast. All that time and money that we spent training you goes to waste. Then we gotta waste it all over again trying to find someone who actually has done something different and challenging. And there's no greater challenge than that.
I totally understand.
No, I don't think you do. You see, Mr. Smith, as a client-customer relationship success manager lead specialist, you will be the face of Cutting Edge United Network Technology Software Solutions Incorporated. And as such, you will need to abide by the 3 Ps. And those 3 Ps, they're not the you dirty dog. The three Ps that I'm thinking about, they're not the 3 Ps that you're thinking about, you pervert. I'm just kidding. We like to keep things light here at Suns. No, the 3 Ps we're talking about here are planning, prioritizing, and being proactive. If you don't plan, it all comes crashing down. If you don't prioritize, it all comes crashing down. And if you're not being proactive,
it all comes crashing down.
Listen to this guy. You know your stuff, Mr. Smith. As a CCRS analyst, you're going to need to provide value for our customers and ensure that they stay safe from malicious actors on the internet. On the day-to-day, you will troubleshoot with customers, review and analyze network mappings, collect user feedback about product features, and advocate internally for our customers. And frankly, it just doesn't look like you're capable of doing that. I mean, sure, you got a PIMP, sure, you know Six Sigma. But when a client's life is on the line, will you be there to pick up the phone? Will you be there to build and nurture those relationships? Will you engage with them, commit to them, marry them, and raise their children? You can't slack off now.
I don't intend to.
Oh, really? Then tell me this, Mr. Smith. What's one of your biggest strengths and your biggest weakness?
My biggest strength would be my strong attention to detail. Nothing slips through the cracks with me. Even when I was a kid, I always made sure to use the correct units in my math and science classes. I always double check and triple check my work. As for my biggest weakness, I would say it's that I'm too much of a people pleaser, which unfortunately can make it difficult to make independent decisions and set healthy boundaries. Can also lead to being exploited and manipulated by others, but I own it. And ultimately, I think it's better to want to be liked rather than disliked.
Wow, there's hope for you yet, Mr. Smith. Let's go through some of the logistics now. The job requires a fair amount of travel, but only about 50% at the start of each quarter and through time, not space. We're at the cutting edge here at Cutting Edge United Network Technology Software Solutions Incorporated. Would you be willing to travel through time, Mr. Smith?
It's 15%?
Yes, start of each quarter.
Yeah, I can do that.
We work hybrid here, and obviously we prefer you work from office so we can keep an eye on you. But you can work from home if you prefer, and that literally means any home. Literally, you can work from my home with me if you want. We can work together, think critically together, serve as customer advocates together. But you don't have to if you don't want to. I mean, it's fine. It's We can go to a coffee shop. We can work from there instead. Have coffee together.
I don't. I don't really drink coffee.
No, I'm fine. We don't have to. Fuck. Job pays $1.75 million an hour, and I know it's not salaried, but is that okay? Is that still in your ballpark?
Do I get paid overtime?
$35 every additional hour. Yes.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah.
Excellent. You'll be reporting directly to me as the senior VP of operations, and occasionally work with our sales team to ensure that our clients are healthy. So you're gonna be wearing a lot of hats, Mr. Smith. But that covers most of the logistics here now. There's one last question I got for you, though, and it's a question I ask every candidate to sort of get to know more about who they really are. So take your time in answering. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here goes. Do you believe 9/11 was an inside job?
Um, could you could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, of course. Sorry, I should have been more clear about that. Do you believe that the series of terrorist attacks committed against the United States on September 11th of 2001 were an inside job perpetrated by the United States government?
Well, most of the footage from that day can be found online, and it's pretty clear that a plane does fly into the North Tower. But things do get awfully murky when we get to the Pentagon later that day. I mean, the holes in the Pentagon walls were way too small to have been made by a Boeing 747, 57, 87. And let's not forget about Flight 93. I mean, that engine was found miles away from the rest of the wreckage site, and it had damage on it that, oddly enough, only could have been done by a heat-seeking missile from a U.S. fighter jet. As for the towers, that could easily have been an act of controlled demolition to justify the invasions of Iraq and Afghanistan. So, yeah, all things considered, I'd say that's an inside job. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say so.
Mr. Smith, we'll be in touch. But before we go, do you have any questions for me? I feel like it's been a little one sided.
I guess what's the company culture like?
That's your question.
Yeah, is that a problem?
No, no, that's perfectly fine. It's just you could have read about that on our website. The About Us tab tells you all about our bullshit culture, but I shouldn't judge. You probably don't even have a computer, or you just forgot. So we keep things pretty cash here at Suns. I mean, normally I don't even come in this well dressed. I'll wear jean shorts and spaghetti straps. We don't micromanage here, right? We're self starters, go getters. We are Suns Incorporated. What else?
No, that's all. Thanks. Just one more thing. What's the onboarding process like?
Oh wow, you think you got this in the bag, huh? We'll be in touch, Mr. Smith. That's the onboarding process. And we're growing fast, we're growing strong, we're growing hard. So if this doesn't work out for whatever reason, be on the lookout for other positions. I think a custodial role might be a better fit for you, if anything.
Thank you. I'll try and do that. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, close the door on your way up. Hello? Yes. Well, we can scratch another one off the list. Oh, terrible. You should have heard him. He was such a little bitch. Thank you for this opportunity. What's it? Yeah, I'm still here. No, I forgot to tell you. His mom has herpes. I know. What a worthless piece of shit. Ayuda.
Are you okay?
¿Me entiendes?
Yeah, I'm fluent in Spanish. It's one of my skills.
Vaya, qué impresionante. Sería una fortuna que lo contraten en programas unidos de tecnología avanzada.
You really think so? I don't know. I think I blew it.
¿Pero cómo? No debe de hablar así. No sirve para nada.
No, it's true. I was nervous. I asked stupid questions. I don't think that 9/11 was an inside job. I don't even have that much client-facing experience.
Señor Smith, usted tiene algo que pocos aspirantes tienen. Usted entiende el español. Muchos de mis amigos han sido pisoteados por otros aspirantes nerviosos que han venido antes que usted. Pero cuando pidieron ayuda, ninguno de ellos lograron entender ni una palabra que dijeron. Eso los ignoraron, pero tú sí me entendiste, señor Smith. Tú me entendiste. Y eso te pone por encima de todos los demás.
Thank you. I really needed to hear that. And I'm sorry I stepped on you, Mr. Oh, I actually didn't get your name.
Rogelio. Mi nombre es Señor Rogelio.
Thank you, Mr. Roger. You know, you could have given me this pep talk before I went in there.
Pues, no me parecías el tipo de chico que lo necesitaba. Ahora, regrese directamente a su oficina y dile a ese hijo de puta porque eres el mejor candidato del mundo para ser un CCR Assemblees. Y como dicen los gringos,
Go get him, Tiger.
Thanks, Mr. Roger. I won't let you down. Now fly.
Oh, Mr. Smith. Glad you came back. Listen, I just got off the phone with the humans with the resources, and unfortunately, we've decided to move on with other candidates at this time. But we thank you for your interest in Suns and wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
But I'm fluent in Spanish.
Mr. Smith, I'm fluent in Spanish. That cockroach out there, it's fluent in Spanish. Usted, yo, y él somos fluent in Spanish. It's nothing to write home about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
No, I need this job, okay? I've been unemployed for months, and every job interview is exactly the same thing. Every time I come in perfectly prepared, sharp as a tack, and then I get these nonsense gotcha questions thrown at me, like if I think 9/11 was an inside job or something. I don't know how to answer that, so it makes me look nervous. The employer sees that, and they think I'm weak. Okay, so then they quickly end the interview by politely saying, "We'll be in touch." But we won't be in touch, will we? Okay, I can't afford to let you have the last word here. Not with my rent right around the corner, and not with my mom's herpes medication running low, and by the way, not even really working. I am more than what is on my resume. And I have a lot more to say than any answer I can give to your dumb questions. I'm fluent in Spanish.
Mr. Smith, I'm sympathetic to your situation. I really am. We have to turn down so many talented applicants every single day, and it's the worst part of the job. But you gotta understand that just because we don't hire you, it doesn't mean that we hate you. It just means that we found someone infinitely better than you in every which way. Do you feel me, Mr. Smith?
We can get coffee sometime.
What?
If you hire me, we can work together. Like from a coffee shop. Or your place if you want, or my place. I'll even introduce you to my mom.
Are you serious?
Hey man, was 9/11 an inside job?